Hello, my fellow humans. Uh, Here's Ferruccio Village. I'm going to talk today the beginning of a subject that I call evaluation of planning. Okay. First of all, I have to give a background. How did I arrive to this subject? Okay. It was 1972. I had a discipline called planning at the University of Pennsylvania, given by Professor Hassan Osbakan. And in my group there were another 20 people, more or less. And we were mostly quantitative people, and the subject was a qualitative one. Okay. We were all dealing in doctorate of operations research. It's quantitative, but this subject was qualitative. Okay. And Hassan Osbakan gave us several examples and the training that we had in planning in all the kind of circumstances. Okay. And we did like so much the subject that several of us start thinking writing a dissertation, PhD dissertation in planning. Okay. One of my colleagues, George Stein, was a Chilean person, also quantitative, good in math, and according to the circumstance, he decided to do strategic planning because his government in Chile was at that moment was Salvador Allende, that was elected with a socialist communist point of view, but democratically elected, and had more or less made a deal with Isaac Asimov, expert in strategic planning, and Isaac Asimov was going to do the strategic planning of Chile, and George Stein was going to help him and write his PhD dissertation on the subject. Okay. That he even went to Chile and started working, but the thing didn't work out because the government, the socialist government of Salvador Allende, was overthrown, and all this project of strategic planning with a socialist point of view was forgotten. Okay. But I continued working in the subject. Just to give me a little insight. As a matter of fact, I helped in developing a project of analyzing what should be the strategy of the United States of dealing with uh, Latin American countries. Okay, uh, for the Foreign Policy Research Institute in Philadelphia, and in this project. Was a friend of mine. He and me were both Brazilian, but but he was born in Germany, but Hungarian descent, and I was born in Yugoslavia, Croat descent. Okay. But both had nationalized Brazilian, and we got involved in this project, helping the American to understand the background of Latin American countries. Okay, and when dealing with Chile, we saw that it was moving towards a socialist country. But our recommendation was that don't do anything for now. Let them try it out. Maybe they can come up with some interesting ideas. Okay? But CIA didn't like the idea, but it seems they overthrew the Chilean government. Okay, and then let's forget about this. Let's go back to evaluation of plan. Since the professor was teaching planning, I said, oh, I should go a step further. I should evaluate planning. Nobody ever thought about evaluating planning. Not even Hassan Uzbekhan was the expert in planning. And the ideas that I came up for evaluating planning, they were highly mathematical. I was proposing seven methods of evaluating planning. All of them based on quantitative method. Okay, one was based on entropy maximized technique. Another was based on game theory. Another one was based in graph theory and information theory, a lot of them, all very interesting, okay, but highly mathematical. Was a problem because Hassan Uzbekhan was a simple economist, not very good in math. When I proposed this to him, he couldn't understand what I was talking about. I tried several times to make him understand, but in the end, I end up saying, forget it. If the expert in planning cannot understand what I'm talking about, there's no point in trying to write a PhD dissertation on this subject. I will not have anyone that will follow what I'm talking about. Okay? But the idea is still very sound, according to me. Okay? But I didn't pursue further because I couldn't find people that could follow what I was talking about, especially in the mathematical sense. The model was very quantitative and very, I think, very good. Okay, But people in planning tend to be more qualitative, and they don't follow more mathematical, in-depth formulation. Okay? Therefore, I more or less leave aside this subject for lack of audience. People couldn't follow what I was talking about. Okay? But then you say, how can you, why don't I explain in little simple terms, how can you evaluate planning? Okay, let me explain in general terms, how can I evaluate planning? Okay. If you have a present situation, you can do your planning to find a idealized situation, okay? And in your present situation, you identify lacks or deficiencies in some aspect of the present situation. That's why you are going to propose actions to change to a better situation, okay, in the future, okay? And this better situation tends to be to complete some lack of things that are missing in the present situation. Therefore, one way of evaluating if the planning was good is if he brought about completeness in the solution. Okay? If your future desired situation is that you plan makes a system more whole, more complete, more congruent. Okay? And after analyzing this final situation, this whole, you may detect that there are still pieces missing. And therefore, these are things that your planning process didn't provide. That's how this evaluation makes you identify that one more linking was needed, one more thing you should do in your planning in order to bring about this desired future. Okay? That's the general idea. Therefore, the idealized system, final system, is the planned one, should be more complete, more whole. Therefore, you analyze this completeness. If something is missing, therefore, this thing that your planning should have provided. Therefore, you go back to your planning process and provide this additional link that is missing from the present to the future, so that you plan with this more action. Okay. This can be done by several methods. Okay. One of them is entropy maximizing process or method. You start with a distribution of probability that describe the system now, and then you plan your action that you have proved intervention that you are making. Uh, uh, Through the entry-maximize technique, you derive this. This is a priori distribution, and you get a posteriori distribution. Okay, and this a posteriori distribution also can be analyzed in terms of consistency, completeness, all this good stuff. Okay, and this the lacks of consistency or completeness or things like that can be identified in the procedure that was like the planning procedure. Okay, therefore this one way of doing not only the planning but evaluate the planning and correcting the planning process. Okay, therefore the idea is to do the evaluating process before implementing it, so that you can correct it before you implement it. Understand? Then that's the idea of evaluating planning, is to make it more appropriate to the desire that you want, to be more complete, to be gives a better future, and so on. Okay. Another thing that you graphically you can do the following also. You have a graph a priori, and the planning. You describe your system as a graph, and the procedure that you apply is the planning procedure, and you get a posterior graph using a property of graph called composition of graph. Okay, this property, this procedure allows you to obtain the final graph. And this final graph can be analyzed in terms of connectivity, of completeness, and so on and so forth. All the good things that it has. And if something is missing, you can identify what are the links that should have, so that the composition can bring about the desired future. Okay. Therefore, this evaluation of planning brings you evaluation of planning and brings you a better plan and a better future. Okay, this is in simple ways. Okay, the other things I'm going to explain in another moment. Okay. I thank you for your attention. Please do give your like or dislike, and make your critique, your suggestion, your everything that you say will be useful. And if you have any question, also I would like to answer them. And you can share this graph, this video with whoever you want, and you can also sign up in this channel to receive other videos. Okay, and therefore that's the one simple idea of evaluating of planning. Okay, and thank you very much.